Let's talk about something super fun and awkward. Let's talk about money and fees and fee structure. So everybody knows and is accustomed to the idea that attorneys bill by the hour, and you've probably been living your life in 6 minute increments, 1/10 of an hour, just for years and years. Help set the stage for somebody who's never done this before. How should they think about different fee structures? Is it all hourly? Is it hourly with a big retainer at the front? What's the role of success fees? I think you would view that a certain way as an attorney, and most searchers really probably want a success fee. But let's talk about some of those things and how people set expectations and budget for legal counsel as a part of their overall deal fees.
Yeah, so this is something, Mills, that I've spent a lot of time with recently and really trying to understand the pain points and see if we can create a better model. Because the traditional model is the following. Most law firms are going to bill you in the SMB space, between 300 and 600 an hour. And they may tell you, hey, here's the budget. They may say, based on this transaction, I think it's going to be about this much. I think the rule of thumb that most experienced buyers have stated is, 1 to 3% of transaction value is what you can really think about in terms of overall fees. But it's a little hazy. And somebody said to me recently, with the billable hour, I really feel like I'm writing a blank check, and there are some very staunch proponents of the billable hour. I went out with a Twitter poll recently and I said, what do you guys think of the billable hour? And it was less than 10% of people that said, I prefer a straight billable structure. But that 10% of people were very vocal. They said, I can control my counsel. I have a good relationship with them. I can direct them. I can control the spend. I feel like it's a good model. I like it. Don't change it. Almost everybody else, and not just the plurality, but the majority said that they would prefer in SMB buying either a fixed fee or a success fee. And what that tells me is that there's two principal problems that people are trying to solve for with fees. The first is certainty. You want to know how much it's going to cost. You've got a certain amount of money to go make your purchase, and it's precious, and you want to conserve it. The second is the concern about the busted deal fee. I get 74 days into a 75-day process. I've spent, $20,000, and then the deal dies because the seller gets cold feet, and I have nothing to show for it. What do I do about that? And so I think for most buyers, our conclusion is that the fixed fee with a success component would be very popular among searchers. The flip side of it from the provider side, like you mentioned, is that we also have a business to run. And so working for 74 days and, losing 50% of your compensation on the back end is a little bit of a difficult pill to swallow. And you also have, costs. I think you guys had Elliot Holland on recently, who was asked a similar question about how he deals with searchers. And, he has real costs that start being incurred the moment he takes your transaction. And so it's a problem that doesn't have a perfect answer. But that's the general conversation that's being had.